Hello and welcome back to Taurox's rampage of the Slaughterhorn tribe through both the old and new worlds of Total War Warhammer. I am the heir of Carthage, and in this case, I guess I'm the heir of Gorbel, taking you through this slaughter. Thank you for joining me again today. I do hope you are enjoying the campaign thus far. We're going to pick up, of course, right where we left off, which was Taurox in the woods here. Ready to go fight more wood elves, and let's go check in with some of our others. This was our Gorbel, I believe, who was wounded. Did he come out of... Yeah, he came out of Khazrak's army, I believe. Indeed. I can't get that Gorbel over the mountains at the moment. So we'll have to wait to reunite him. This army? I guess I could start... I'll start walking that direction. I don't know whether we'll get there in time or not, because I'm going to be over here for a few turns wrecking Skavenblight. So I'll start walking that direction. Hey, thank you for all of those of you who are taking the time to support with likes and comments. If you do enjoy the campaign, that is the best way to support it. The YouTube algorithm is absolutely suffocating when it comes to campaign content because of the way it works. It basically puts you into a death spiral as you go along, because obviously not as many people watch the first episodes as they do the last episodes. Anyway, long story short, thank you for the support. I've decided that it would be fun as a way to support if people do want to leave a comment to support, if they don't want to just say something like comment or thanks Air, keep it up or something like that. You want to have some fun here. Yesterday on my Seleucid video, I asked people who their favorite ancient or just favorite military commander was of all time, and so you know what, we should do something similar in this game. Who is your favorite leader from the Warhammer lore? What would you say? Leave your comment. I will respond to all the comments, and I love seeing what you all have to say about it. I don't know, for me, it's kind of interesting. I haven't read like a ton of Warhammer lore, so most of my experience would be based off of what goes on here in this game. And I have to say that just based off all of that, I don't know, I think my favorite is probably just going to have to be... I played Dwarf Campaign a lot, and I really like Dwarf Campaign, and so I think for me, that just based off of the game and the campaign gameplay and stuff I do, I'm probably going to go with Grombrindle as being my favorite leader, just based off of gameplay. Not necessarily saying my favorite one based off of looks or... you know, strength or anything else like that, right? But just based off of when I'm playing gameplay, Grombrindle was pretty... And I think Thorek, for me, ranks right up there with him, honestly, because I was having so much fun with the Thorek campaign, too. We finished it recently, but it was absolutely brilliant. Anyway, what do you all think? Let me know. I need to finish getting all of the ruination, or the devastation points out of Castle Carcassonne. We're very close, because Skavenblight is the last settlement that is part of this. However, Kinel's was just attacked as well. So I'll go ahead and take Taurox and go retake it, just to make sure it's cleared out for whenever we finish it. The forest is going to be a bit of a pain in the butt. I'd like to turn the Oak of Ages into a herdstone, just as a black eye to the Wood Elves. You know, just because we're Beastmen, and that's what we do, right? We're not exactly the most friendly or respectful type when it comes to how we treat folks that we're fighting against in these campaigns. Is that Malekith? Indeed it is. I would dare, Malekith. I would dare. In fact, we're going to go take a shot at Malekith right here. What up, Malekith? Use Lightning Strike, because I do think it impacts their leadership. So Malekith is going to be an absolute tank. He is on Seraphon, and he will be tough to kill. Look at that, stat-wise. He's got only 5% ward save, which is good, but 35% physical resistance. So if we have anything with magic attack, which does include Morgar, but still, Morgar would be getting chomped on pretty hard by Seraphon. The rest of his army is pretty manageable, with the exception of the Charybdis, but I mean, again, I think we can manage it. So let's get this battle rolling. Let Morgar see if he can take down the... I would say wannabe Phoenix King, but didn't Malekith actually become the Phoenix King? I mean, albeit slightly in an illegitimate process, but completed the process somewhat making it legitimate. I don't remember all the lore around that. You all have to remind me if you have an opportunity. But In any case, here we go. Morgar is going to take on Malekith. The Battle of Venom Glade, which is an ambush for us. So this ought to be pretty nice. However, this deployment zone is really annoying. Like, CA set up this ambush map, and it really favors the person being ambushed, which defeats the entire purpose of an ambush battle. And what do I mean by that? Well, take a look at it right here. I can't deploy, like, I can't attack the main infantry line through here. Oh, okay, I'll come from the other side. Well, it's got this weird shape to it, so then I have a longer run from over here. Because, again, the rock face is blocking me. A rock face blocking me right here. Rock face blocking me right here. And where I can run straight through, the weird shape makes this a longer before I can decide. This is just a very strange design for an ambush map. I don't like the way it's designed. I feel like that it could have been done quite a lot better. So, how do I deal with it? Well, I guess I'll just go ahead and put my infantry here. It's gonna be really annoying. Yeah, I honestly, and I just don't like this deployment zone. I guess like this we'll have to do. I'll just put my infantry here, and I'll make a move to corral in all the enemy infantry like this. And in the meantime, I'll put Morgar over here to help boost up the leadership of these troops that he is near. Let's throw a Gorbel in here to help support as well. So there we go. And then I think what we're going to do is line up the Jabber Slides and a couple of spawn to come from this flank. So I've got them ready now. And then we need to get the skirmishers dealt with. There are a Manticore and a Charybdis back here, so that is going to be a significant threat. I'm going to run my spawn right through this gap. I'll run my Centaurs in. That's the longer distance, but we can bring them in from behind. I don't really like what I'm going to be left with in the back here, but it is what it is. We're just going to have to go for it. All right, I'm going to start the battle. Give attack orders. No doubt Malekith is going to get in the way here. All right, let's start moving everybody in. Don't really want to get dive bombed by that stuff. This is a good opportunity for me to take away a ton of ammo from the enemy. Start bringing the Centaurs back in. Trying to avoid getting in that engagement with the Manticores. This is not really the engagement that I want. Alright, so I'm going to put a Pit of Shades right here. Run some infantry past to come support over here. Alright, Malekith is right in the middle of things. I'm going to try and get an attack on Malekith with my two leaders. His ability is preventing me from using my own abilities. There's one thing that Malekith does. He kind of gets annoying in that respect. I'm doing better than I thought against the Manticores over here. Pretty happy with that. Take a Jabber Scythe out. Tormentor Sword. I'm going to go ahead and crank out the abilities here. And we do have a Charybdis in our way, so let's put some effort against the Charybdis and some against Malekith. We got rid of one Manticore. I'm gonna see if I can get rid of another. Alright, there we go, there we go, there we go. Good fight for us so far. There goes the Charybdis. We can now totally focus up all on Malekith. I'm gonna try and sneak some of my units past him so I can surround him a bit better. There we go, now get up around him, see if we can pin him in. Vile Entropy up again, so let's suck some more ammo out of these units. around Malekith. The Charybdis came back for seconds, it looks like, but it's going to be too late regardless. Well, that worked out very well. That worked out very well indeed. I don't know if we're going to be able to stop Malekith or not. My Jabberslide is staying right on his tail at the moment, and with the animations is continuing to get really good attacks on him. Malekith is, yeah, being taken down further by the aura from the Jabberslide. The Jabberslide is causing some massive damage to him. Pretty impressed considering that Malekith is not an infantry classified unit, obviously, on his dragon, and that is what the Jabberslide has a bonus against, his infantry class. But nevertheless, that was quite the performance there out of the Jabberslide. It is a tough unit. And I think especially in the campaign where you get extra buffs to certain units and stuff like that, it can really stack up and make these units behave in a way that's obviously very different than if you were in multiplayer. But I think it's very fun. I like the satisfying feel you get as a campaign player with getting to watch these units gain just truly spectacular power and ability as you work hard to level them up through the course of a campaign. So I very much like it. I'm going to enter the hidden encampment. They hopefully won't be able to spot me here, because we do need to do a little bit of replenishing before we get in another fight. But that was a good one for us. We took out Malekith. Definitely a very powerful legendary lord, and when you get the opportunity to take him down in the way that we did, I'm pretty pleased with the result. Venomglade has once again been reoccupied by our good friends from Karandkar, so it just continues to be a bit of a mess trying to establish our blood ground here with only the one force. But hey, again, good news here. We picked up some nice dread from enemies killed as well. And speaking of enemies killed, while Gorox sits here in camps and rebuilds his troops, we went on to kill some other lizards and gain some dread in other ways. So I'm going to just kind of roll through here and get some extra favor and dread by looting and raising some of these other areas as well. I hate how, like, CA needs to address this too. This is just really poor design. You attack and raise and then retreat a long ways back in the opposite direction. Like, how about you just raise it and then you stop right there? Like, I don't understand why we have to have the weird, odd retreat into the middle of nowhere after every time you attack something. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. What do you all think? Am I off there? Like, is there a reason for it and I'm just not seeing it at the moment? Let me know. I really am curious. If you all know something I don't right there. Alright, so the dread is gone up nicely. We earned 189 from our different fights, and then the standard 350 that we have picked up otherwise. And Taurox is waiting for more movement points. I believe we are waiting on the same with Khazrak. Let's just double check, make sure I haven't forgotten anybody. We have not. And it is time to once again end our turn. Gorbul going to be making his run. Some people may be wondering too why I haven't sped up the movement speed. Sometimes I misclick, and as much as I like to speed up the movement speed, I kind of like to leave it on normal sometimes, just so that if I do make a misclick, I can actually correct it. Oh wow, Coron's gonna attack me? I mean, I'm more than obliged to put you all to death here, so thank you. I also enjoy battles in my campaign, so I like the AI, like, just summoning up its forces, and let's settle this. Bold a man here, Shilfroy. Appreciate the courage. They have some good units in this army too. I saw multiple Grail Knights and multiple Griffin Knights. Or Hippogriff Knights, sorry. Not Griffins. I mean, similar, but yeah, multiple Hippogriff Knights. Alright, so I'm gonna kind of position my infantry. The AI is going to get all of its reinforcements together. There's not much I can do about that. Like, even if I Vanguard deploy all the units that can, it's a long ways away to leave them unsupported against that many units. Such as, you know, all of the Grail Knights and other stuff that are going to be very, very potent in melee. Even against my absurdly powerful Minotaurs and the like. think this will do just fine. I'll just set up my deployment like this. Let's start the battle. Like I said, the AI is going to be able to get all of its troops together, but very little I can do about that at the moment. So they have got a Lord on Hippogriff. They've got a Paladin up here on the Pegasus. Damsel of Beast. Damsel of Heavens. Here's the Pegasus Knights. Pegasus Knights are going to hit really hard on the charge. Some Royal Hippogriff Knights. They do have a Grail Relique. Got a Blessed Field Trebuchet. I'm going to go ahead and dump the ammo on these units. That will limit their damage quite a lot. Alright, and our herd is moving up. Fortunately for me, I have my absurdly powerful Minotaurs. What I am worried about is I do not get counter charges on any of these flying units. And those flying units do a lot of damage on the charge, especially to units like my Minotaurs, who are both large and low armor. Same with Grail Knights. If you were going to counter the type of Minotaurs I'm fielding here, then stuff like Grail Knights would be an obvious choice. I'm going to see what we can do to bait some charge, because here comes the charge. I'm going to slow it down just a bit for a moment so I'll be able to react a little better to the back up here, because they're obviously calling in some kind of ability on me. Alright, here comes some of the initial charges. And like I said, we cannot countercharge, unfortunately, these flying units, so we just kind of have to do our best what we're given. Alright, the Gorgon is into melee here. Wow, we crushed these Pegasus Knights almost immediately, so that is good news. That is what I need to happen if we're going to have any success in this battle. Attack, 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 attack. See, you can't click attack orders on these units until they get all the way down to the ground. And let's go ahead and buff this up. And I'm going to Sword of Cain all over this fat Bretonnian blob here. Should cause massive damage. Alright, now I'm going to pause for just a moment because I have to do one last thing and then I'll hit play. Don't worry, I'm not going to try and rob you all completely of the entire cinematic experience here. I'm just doing my best to make sure that my army doesn't get killed because the AI can control 40 units at once and I cannot. It's always something that I haven't really considered to be quite fair to the player. And some people might be like, well, it's war, it's not fair. Yeah, I know, but it's a fake war and it's a computer game, and so yes, I will make it fair. Wow, so many Hippogriff Knights here. This is going to be a tough battle. Now, fortunately for me, the Sword of Cain over here did do just absolute tremendous damage. The Bretonnians, you can see if we take a look, over 500 Bretonnians wiped out near immediately there. I do also have my caster. I'm going to come give some support to this fight after... I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Traitorkin the enemy lord over here. That'll weaken him up, so let's hit play. Oh, we missed him. He ran off like a little coward baby. I'm going to come put a summon up over here just to help. We have got a brawl of epic proportions going on in this vicinity. Alright, so there we go. I wish I had a good Vortex spell here, and I just do not. But we can get a really nice Vile Tide off over here, which ought to do some good damage. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. So we are definitely causing some tremendous damage to the Bretonnians. Though the Bretonnians do have a few fights where they are probably in pretty good shape. Just due to maybe local numbers advantages. But overall, I'm feeling pretty confident. Another explosion there for Taurox. Got our summon Cygor. Let's keep pushing forward. It's going to be Bretonnian reinforcements coming on from the side over here. They're using Flock of Tomb on me, which is actually going to be pretty effective, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and play again. Got a Lord over here we're trying to put down. He is in bad shape. It's definitely not the place that he's going to want to be fighting me. And then the reinforcements for Bretonnia are coming up against some of my toughest troops over here. I like this. This is a good fight. Look, Bretonnia brought the heat here, and this is fun. I love battles like this. I love it when you get some big knockdown, slug-out battles like this. Look at this blob back here. Ooh, that blob looks gorgeous. I'm going to get another... Well, I am really tempted to use this magic. I think I'm going to wait just a second. That summon Cygor did nicely. Got 54 kills. And I don't want to break through a whole bunch over here. I want to try and keep my fights relatively a contained type of position here. Meaning, like, I'd rather keep things fairly blobbed. And some people might think that sounds weird because blobbing can be really bad. But in this case, it can be really good. Meaning that I can get blobbed up, or get the AI blobbed up. And when I get the AI blobbed up, it makes my magic more effective. And that's really what I'm hoping for here. Alright, so they got Pegasus Knights coming on. Let's see how many Bretonnians we've killed out of curiosity. A lot. A couple thousand Bretonnians have died in a very big hurry here. I don't understand where their Pegasus Knights are going. Maybe after my cavalry that I've kind of temporarily forgotten about. I'm going to take away the ammo from all these archers over here. Are they coming after my... I think they're coming after my cavalry. Let's push these troops farther this way, push our giant up. I do have some the Wrecking Bulls are taking a lot of damage. I've got a couple of units that are taking some pretty intense damage. I'm going to pull them back from the front because I really don't want to have to get new Minotaur units because these ones are all the way up to the very highest tier. Alright, oh, we've got another Sword of Cain, and there is quite the beautiful little blob here to use it on. Ooh, on the cav, I'm going to put it on the archers. That should help our power bar a good bit to kill off a bunch of those archers with all their ammo. And then Taurox should be able to handle all this stuff just fine on his own. I'm gonna pause it just real quick to make sure that some of my more damaged bulls are going to get removed from combat, from the main portion of the combat, I should say, just so that I can try and keep from having to re-recruit them. All right, looking good. There we go, chain route. It's contagious. Wow. Taurox with 395 kills. We're no doubt going to get some nice dread from that. We will not have lost any units, I don't believe, and the Bretonnians took some pretty excruciating losses in the process. Our caster was quite clutch there with a very nice Vile Tide, Cygor summons, and then of course just the damage that our bulls can cause. They are very prone to damage as well, as you all saw there. I mean, that is the trade-off with that banner that we have on there. They're extremely prone to return damage, but they dish out so much that I find it to be useful. And you can see that the Minotaurs in this army are just an absolute freight train of destruction. Really need the Bestial Rage? Let's just go ahead and take the favor here. We left the Bretonnian armies in absolute shambles there. And I love Taurox. Beastmen definitely have some squishy tendencies, but at the same time, like, my gosh, they are fun. Alright, so Skavenblight is now in our sights. And it says that we're going to take grievous losses. I tend to think not. I'm going to just start making some siege equipment and try and continue the siege. They have armies nearby that may come and help them try and relieve the siege. But it's a really crappy army, to be fair. So I don't know how that's going to go for them. And we got a lot of replenishment off of Taurox in that turn because of our position in friendly territory. Should be able to wreck what's left of Kinel and take really no losses, so to speak. And we're going to loot and raise. And I remind the Bretonnians that once Taurox has claimed something, then it belongs... Oh, look, Kingsglade again. Well, we just can't get the message across, but, I mean, at the same token, it's really pumping up the... the devastation, which is going to really then come and make itself known in the marks of ruination. So, I mean, in the end, it may seem like that I'm kind of just chasing my tail here, doing the same thing over and over again, but it's actually helping us towards our campaign objectives, so I'm kind of okay with the outcome, and it gets me battles like that from time to time as well. Okay, yeah, Itza is one of our opportunities. We need this for the campaign objective. Some people are going to be saying, hey, you can get another army. Yes, we can. We can get another army. However, I'm not looking to do that at this precise moment. Go ahead and push up, because my army will just be trash. If that's what I end up needing to do, I will do it here soon. But at the moment, I'm okay. I'm just trying to get that dread. What am I trying to do with the dread? Well, we want to pull in Malagor. And I think I will bring Malagor down to support Dark Philip, or Black Philip. We need Black Philip. It's going to cost me to get Malagor. It's going to cost me to get him a Bray Shaman. And it's going to cost me to get him a Gorbull or a Warg. We could grab him a Warger since I'm using so many Gorbulls. But I mean, Gorbulls are really good. We'll go Warger. So Malagor is going to cost us 1,200 dread. Got 2589. It's going to be 1805 by the time we add the Bray Shaman. And then that's going to make it 23 by the time that we add the Warger. And let's make sure... Yeah, I did get this one. They're all going to come out at rank 15. Let's go back to Lords and Heroes. Let's gain Lord. And then let's go take a look at something real quick. So it did confederate us with this tribe, which is kind of good, kind of bad for me. Well, where is his tribe? Okay. Khazrak, the One-Eye. Okay, he didn't have any troops. It says Confederation. However, what we can see is that it was a Confederation, but his faction was no longer on the map, or else I would have picked up his army right then and there. I do have to have a place to raise the Lord from, so I'm going to recruit a Lord. Actually, I mean, can you do it from a... Yeah, we can recruit a Lord. Good, I'm going to do it right next to Black Phillip where we can keep him protected. Alright, so I'm going to raise Malagor here. We only get him at rank 10 for some reason? It should be rank 15, should it not? Does it change, maybe? The Wards of Dread upgrades. Lords and Heroes are recruited at rank 15. Well, that's interesting. I don't know. We shall see. Sure seems like I should get him at rank 15, but I'm not convinced that we will. No, we only got him at rank 10. What the heck's up with that? CA, please. And I don't have my mod turned on where I can redo his skill points that were divvied out by the AI here, so unfortunately it is what it is. It may be... I don't understand this. It's a little bit strange to me. I kind of feel like something is messed up here. Yeah, odd. Odd to say the least. Alright, let's recruit some heroes. So I can get him a Warger, and these ones are coming at the appropriate rank, thank goodness. Ooh, weapon strength for Minotaurs? Makes me want to get some more Minotaurs. This guy is at rank 15. Let's, so it's more damage. More attack. More defense. Yeah, no reason not to Razor Gore here. Vanguard deployment when not using a mount. Vanguard for Vestigores. Well, why does it when not using a mount? How about I like using the mount? Like, I don't really like that. All right, this one gives him Vanguard when he's using the chariot mount. And it gives fear and terror for chariots? What? Oh, yes, please. Got some Minotaurs and chariots now. That sounds beautiful. So let's do the Blade Master. Let's replenish troops. Go ahead and give him this one. This one's good. And Primal Instincts is always a go-to. Bow Seeker. And then let's do Unnatural Thirst first. Want all the hit points. And recruit hero. Now we can grab the Brace Shaman. Oh, I'm capped on the limit of Brace Shaman. Oh, because I haven't done the thing yet. Alright, Lords and Heroes, so let's grab a Brace Shaman. And come back in here, recruit our hero. Now we can grab our Brace Shaman. And so Malagor has the wild lore covered. And I'm trying to think, so wild lore is going to give us like summons and a couple of decent breath spells and stuff like that. I feel like it would go good with death, because death would then have the vortex and direct damage and other stuff to support leadership killers, stuff like that. I don't think that we get to double that in our army, so I'm not going to recruit him. I'll go ahead and recruit this guy. Our Warger already had that trait, and I don't think you can get... I don't think you can double up the same trait, is what I'm saying. Ooh, actually, undo that. I don't really care about Uncanny Senses yet. Life Leeching. Soul Blight is real good. And Darkness. Definitely want Purple Sun completely ranked out. Fate of Buna is also very good. I want Arcane Conduit, and I want the extra Winds of Magic. Okay. Now, we need to look at what we can possibly put in Malagor's army at the moment. I can't put him in an encamp stance, unfortunately. CA, please. Guess I'll just put him in a raiding stance for a turn in, just because I'm going to tell both these heroes to join up. Okay, well, at least he'll be safe in the presence of our other lord for the moment. And we'll get Malagor built up. We're going to need more dread. Oh, a confederation. So, Nagaron confederated with Karkaron, or Clarkaron, whatever it was. I can't remember the name of that faction. And Helebron is back down here, along with the support of this...
Weak and feeble.
Do I feel like we can take these... Where should I go focus on the Circle of Destruction? Well, they'll probably backdoor me if I go for the Circle of Destruction. I think what I'm going to do is come place Morgar on the path to Clarkaron, and then attempt an ambush here by being in an encamp stance. Yeah, and I'm going to use some of this cash to go ahead and finish up some of the buildings for Morgar here, just because why not? We can. And then speaking of, let's go to the Rewards of Dread. Let's grab some items. This would be really nice for Malagor. That would be good for Malagor as well. I don't see why this would be bad for Malagor. And what do we got here? I have enough to buy that too. So there we go. Got some equipment that we can put on Malagor. Malagor may have legendary equipment, just kind of depends on what the AI did with him. He does not. So... Relax the Drakewald here. Let's put his Drunken Bravado on. And... I guess we did not have an enchanted item that we crafted up for him, but this will be really nice there, giving him some extra power. Like getting extra magic items after the battle. Chaos Spawn recruitment. I don't know if we'll need it, but I'll throw it on there just in case. Let's grab him an enchanted item. A fireball would be good because he flies. It gives him a nice high aspect attack. There we go. Got some equipment onto him. Let's take a look and see what we can put on these guys. Bray Shaman doesn't really need that armor too terribly much. I don't know how flame resistance really helps all that much. But, let's go with this one here. Hand weapon. He doesn't have... This one would be good if it was a missile character, but it's not. So I'll just go with the increased weapon strength. Got a talisman for a ward save here. That might be better on my warger. Sometimes the AI does attack your guy with flying units, and that could be handy. Let's grab some extra missile resistance for him. And other Trickster's Shard. Be fine. Should be fine. Ends of Magic Reserve. Chaos Corruption. Sure, there we go. Alright, Alright, here's my new warger. I'll go ahead and give him the extra armor. And Tormentor Sword is good. Ward save. Charge bonus, foolhardiness, sure, why not? There we go. Alright, so he's got some equipment. Alright, I do believe we are ready to end another turn, so let's do that. Got my Gorbull moving to rejoin my army over here. It's a good thing we went ahead and walked him around, because it's going to end up being a number of turns, because I happen to deal with the siege conditions at Skavenblight. Sieging Skaven is really a pain in the butt because of the lightning strike stuff. Now, we did not get the ambush we were hoping for here, which leaves me facing a rather large force at the command of Crone Hellebron. Holy crap, yeah, 3 different armies. I'd rather not fight this at the moment. I'm gonna see whether we can retreat. Unfortunate that we didn't get that ambush because we were set for it, but I mean, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. It's just the way it goes. Right here, we are being attacked by the AI from the settlement, but then there's going to be reinforcements coming from behind or from the side, which are much weaker and more vulnerable, so I'm going to try and attack those reinforcements first and then finish off the reinforcement. Unfortunately, we do have some warp lightning that are going to be on 2 of these units, so there's going to be a lot of warp lightning getting thrown at us. Let's see what we can do. Could be a tough fight, may not. Just kind of depends on how this one works out. I'll make what I can out of it. If things work the way it should, the reinforcement should be coming from behind me, or at best at the side. Maybe the side. If they were in a position where I could pick them off. Okay. One of their reinforcements is coming from over there. It doesn't make any sense. Well, maybe it does, because there was that settlement from the other one. I don't know if this makes sense or not. This one does make sense to me over here. And we're going to take full advantage of destroying these reinforcements near immediately. The unfortunate thing is the Skaven, they can only have 40 units, and they probably have more than 40 units here. So I don't know if this will give me exactly what I want, which is a destruction of a really big force really quickly. So we'll see. Alright, got my spawn here. Then start the battle, and I'm just going to try and truck all these reinforcing Skaven. Oh yeah, there's a lot of Skaven here. One of them just went straight after Khazrak, which I'm actually kind of okay with. My deployment was not ideal, actually. So a bit of a miscalculation on my part, but we're still nevertheless going to get a very good engagement here. Because the Skaven just don't have much room to fight in, and when they rout, it's going to be instant goodbye. And since we don't need magic here, I'll just save it. I could use it, speed their passing, but I'm going to save like the Flock of Doom and stuff for these. Oh, no! A Warp Bomb. Should have remembered we were fighting Clan Scryer and that's totally a thing that can happen. Well, let's hope they don't have more than one. Now you all know why I don't like fighting Skaven in sieges and stuff. Or anywhere, really, for that matter. Right, the reinforcements are approaching. We need to clean this up real quick and then get our forces turned. Okay, good. Alright, let's take all our forces and fall back and kind of get reset. Skaven are pretty quick. I'll try to outrun them in this direction. But Skaven are also rather speedy little critters. And we're being pursued by rat ogres, and my forces can't retreat because I've got stuff in the way. That's okay, I'm still going to fall back. Oh man, had some units spawn up on top of me. Alright, well this has turned into a bit of a mess here real quick. So, between the Warp Bomb and the quicker reinforcing than I expected from the Skaven, there's a couple of things that have gone slightly south here. Bring Khazrak to bear. And yeah, alright, so I'm gonna get these troops reset. Let's steal some ammo off these units. Still think we should be in okay shape. Comes the Warp Lightning. Can't be a Skaven fight without Warp Lightning. Okay, I'm trying to get my troops reset so we can take this oncoming charge and then appropriately support it with our chariot line. I'm trying to use my shaman here just to get these guys up off my grill. I'm gonna put a summon right over here. Alright, so here comes the assault. We are gonna be in a real heck of a fight here. Summoned clan rats are certainly annoying. We've got units making for our flank over here too. This is gonna end up being a brutal fight. Put some support with Flock of Doom up here as well. Start trying to get our Winds of Magic back. Alright, we need to win quick and decisive. That's all there is to that. And that may not be possible, given we're up against here. Freaking crap, here comes the Warp Lightning some more. That's exactly what I need, is just endless Skaven Warp Lightning. Come on. Let's take these units down. Alright, we are getting absolutely clobbered actually now, so this is not great at the moment. We are just getting overwhelmed by vermin at current. So despite having put away hundreds, if not thousands of Skaven. Yeah, I mean, look at how many Skaven we put away. We put away over 3,000 Skaven for only 400 losses, but we've only got 900 troops. We can't take this kind of fight. This kind of fight is going to completely and totally overwhelm us. So I'm trying, folks, but this may unfortunately be a loss for me here. Maybe a setback for Khazrak and Du Bois. I'll do what I can. Push this direction as hard and fast as I can. I mean, the more Skaven we kill and the faster the better. I mean, we have dealt with nearly half of the Skaven troops, which is actually fairly impressive, all things considered. This was way more Skaven than I ever thought possible in this vicinity. Fortunately, we're fighting fairly close to the line, too. The unfortunate thing is there are just so many enemy troops that I'm worried that we won't be able to turn the power bar. So, like I said, we need kills, and we need them at lightning speed. Like, lightning speed. Delays are completely and wholly unacceptable when it comes to defeating this spam that the AI's got here. We've killed over half their troops, but we've lost about 2/3 of our own. I'm gonna go chasing after this skirmisher blob and then try and get some of these extra troops completely off the battlefield. We gotta stay moving. I can't get bogged down with this stuff behind me at the moment. Let's push, push, push. I'm gonna push right past that and go try and route more of this stuff over here. So we can get rid of this stuff. Had a summon back here, which is bad news. Alright, forget that. That's no longer viable. Push! Don't stop. Just keep pushing. Wow, we have killed so many rats. Like, we have killed an ungodly number of rats here. But we have so many thousands left. I'll try and keep my chariots on the move and see what I can do here to kind of just keep ping-ponging them through Skaven units. Try and go for max damage. I am trying, people. I am trying. I am trying hard. These gutter runner slingers are absolutely ruining me at the moment. And there's poison wind clovadiers over here as well. Oh my gosh, this is a mess. I don't even really know what's happening. I need another summon. Let's focus over here for a minute. I can't keep chasing all these units. Shouldn't have used that potion yet. Can we do it? Can we get a break here? Oh my gosh, we just turned the power bar. The power bar is actually turning. I've only got 25 models left, but we just turned the power bar in our favor. So I'm gonna really put the heat on this blob here and chase a lot of these routing units and see if we can. I gotta chase these routing units like clean out. They have to be gone. Like, we cannot give them a chance to regroup. Shattered, army losses. Oh my gosh, army losses. We did it. Holy cow. I just beat 7,400 Skaven with only 922 Beastmen. Take that to the bank. Wow. Wow. 7-1. That's what I call that battle. I might have to make a video out of that on my channel separately. Holy mackerel. What a victory for Khazrak. And those chariots racking up the kills. As expected against rats. The rats are very poor against chariots. Which is part of the reason why I put so many in this. Well, not the only reason, but I figured it would be kind of a little bit thematic for this army. Did we lose units all the way? We got hit by a warp bomb and still pulled that off. And I totally forgot about the whole warp bomb thing. We only lost 1 unit. There's our gore herd there. I'm going to take the replenishment. I have got to get out of here because now I see Ikit behind us. So we're going to have to beat a hasty retreat. But that was a heck of a victory. Like, that was an absolute heck of a victory there. Everslide battle. Just leave it be. Right. Let us, I don't know, the auto-resolve might give me this one right here. Lose a bunch of units, but we take the settlement, but then we'd immediately be sieged by Ikit and killed. So I'm gonna break the siege. Hopefully it lets us retreat in the proper direction. can't go underground, but I can... Or here, let me double check something. So the encampment requires 10% movement range. I can move over here and hide, essentially. And give myself an opportunity to replenish some. And get re-equipped for the upcoming fight. Wow, what a fight that was, too. That was a fight. Love it. Anyway, hope y'all enjoyed this episode. I know I did. Wow, look at this.
Never.
We got the Empire showed up to come fight against Taurox. So on the next episode, you get to see Taurox take on the Empire for the first time, I believe. So HeirofCarthage signing up for now. Again, if you enjoyed it, make sure to go support, or you can answer the question that I asked. What is your favorite leader or legendary lord from Warhammer lore? HeirofCarthage signing up for now. I'll see you next time.